it's about taking initiative. You're someone that likes to take a lot of initiative, and the new moon is someone that's very, very focused. So you're very focused with your initiative. Is there something particularly wrong with your health?
No.
No. Well, this place that I just was at, their whole philosophy is that you kind of have to take a general interest in your health. And I think that, I can't recommend more highly how you have to figure out the things that work for you and stick to them and stick to some kind of a routine and a regimen and that kind of thing. I don't see anything particularly wrong here with your health. In terms of money, are you looking, is there something that have you got sources of income? Have you got ways to have money, or?
No, I was just wondering if I was going to win the lottery.
Well, I don't think that the month of March is a good time for you to think that you're going to do it. Maybe in April. Okay? Does that help?
Oh, thanks so much.
All right, thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling. Get online, please. I want to win, too. By the way, we have this word from the Croton-Harmon School District. They have early dismissal also. Middle school and high school at 11:30. The elementaries at 12:15. And they are canceling afternoon kindergarten. Okay, for Rebecca and for Rita and for Joe, please hold on. We will get to Mary Michele, and you'll be able to talk to her just about a minute away.
It wasn't in the original designer's sketch, not from the architect's plan, but it's there all right. For 15 years, Westchester has loved the warm, cozy atmosphere at Kit and Caboodle. You feel it the moment you enter. The elegance and charm of its country inn atmosphere, its unique decor, and then, of course, there's the fireplace. All part of the special flavor of Kit and Caboodle. And the food, well, that tells its own story of goodness. Those heavenly aromas are only an introduction to delicious things to come. Kit and Caboodle received a 4-star rating from the Gannett paper. Kit and Caboodle. Try the new additions to our menu's wide selection. Complete dinners from $7.95 to $16.95, and a lighter fare including oversized California salads. Kit and Caboodle features weekday dinner specials Monday through Thursday, only $12.95, complete with soup, salad, and coffee. Monday, whole-baked lobster. Tuesday, steak and shrimp scampi. Wednesday, New England clam bake, and Thursday, New York sirloin steak. So come and enjoy happy hour Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Kit and Caboodle, 443 Lexington Avenue in Mount Kisco. For reservations, phone 241-2440 today. That's 241-2440.
All right, let's get back to Mary Michele in just a second. I just want to run through the districts that are having early dismissal. Bedford, Brewster, Byram Hills, Chappaqua, Irvington, Katona, Lewisboro, Lakeland, Mount Pleasant, Ossining, Paulding, Pleasantville, Putnam Valley, Croton-Harmon, Somers, Tarrytown, White Plains, New Canaan, Scarsdale, Irvington, St. Patrick's of Bedford, a number of the nursery schools also. We're going to go through the entire list for you about 10 minutes from now. Let's get back to the phones. Mary Michele has been away for a good number of weeks, and everybody wants to talk to her now. So let's get to Rebecca, who's watching on cable channel 12. Good morning, Rebecca. Date of birth, October 12th, 1965. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning, Rebecca. Did you have a particular question?
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
My family's had a tough time the past couple of months. Wondering if the spring's going to be okay financially for all of us.
Okay. You have the sun in Libra, the moon in Taurus. The moon in Taurus, I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but the moon in Taurus is about getting what we need. You know that Mick Jagger song, you can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need? The moon in Taurus will get what they need. So in terms of financial, is this affecting you directly, this financial difficulty?
No, it's more or less about my mom.
Yeah. It's a little hard to say for her. All I can say is that for you, you financially will be able to pull yourself through most of the time. If in some way you can help her out, I think you probably could do it and not suffer too much, because you will, as I say, always get what you need. In terms of, let's see, yeah. I think it's been a little bit of a tough time for your mother this month, but next month, the month of, the end of February through the middle of March, things should lighten up for her a bit. Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, thank you
Thanks
for calling. Okay, thank you for calling. Rita is on the phone, watching on cable channel 12 in Mount Kisco. Date of birth, February 17th, 1932. Rita, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Hi.
Hi, Rita.
Hi. We'd like to know about work and money.
Work and money.
Yeah,
Okay.
also, Rita, would you be kind enough to lower your radio or TV, please?
Okay, thank you.
All right. 217. Can you still hear me, Rita? Are you there?
She'll be right back. She was lowering her TV there.
Okay. All right. 217. Let's see.
Rita, you there now?
Aha. Have you gone away and left me, Rita?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. There you are.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the sun in Aquarius and you have the moon in Cancer. And you were asking me about money and work?
The money has to do with the work.
Right. Well, it usually does, yeah.
But, no, it's altogether a little different.
It's what?
A little different. It's corresponding with it. I was wondering if you can tell.
If I can tell that...
If it's going to work with the money.
Oh, if it's going to work with the money. Well, can you give me a little bit more of an indication of how... is this? It's not something that it's not money that you're earning. This is money that's coming to you in some other kind of way.
Yes.
Yeah. Has it been going well for the last 3 weeks? Have you had the impression that perhaps it was going to work out for you in the last 3 weeks?
Yes.
Yes. Well, then I think the idea is it will, because the last 3 weeks there's been a lot of. It might not happen until April. Is this something that you're counting on having right away?
No.
No. I think it could take some time, but I think it will happen.
I'm glad.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for calling. It's 24 now past the hour at WVIP. Let me find the right line for Joe. Joe is calling from Bedford. August 3rd, 1958. Joe, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Hi, Joe. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I want about travel for the next 3 months.
Tribe? I didn't quite understand that.
Oh, like a vacation. If it is good for vacation for the next 3 months.
Okay, the next 3 months. Travel. Okay, I got it. 8-3. Sorry. 8-3. Were you planning on going away this month and it didn't work out?
Yes, it was quite all right like that.
Yeah. I think that the odds are you'll probably want to do this in April.
April?
Uh-huh. Does it have to do with work?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that April is going to be a good time for you to make a trip having to do with your business.
Like on the 15th or in the middle or in the beginning?
Probably in the beginning.
The beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you for calling. Let's get on. Can you take a couple more calls
Sure.
here? Okay, good. Let's get to Miriam. Miriam is calling from Mayapack, date of birth, 12/9/49, December 9th, 1949. Miriam, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning. Miriam, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a particular question?
Yes. Can you tell me if I'm going to find a good job in the future?
Okay.
Worked for a long time. I'd just like to know what's in store for me.
Okay. 12/9/49, right?
Yes.
Okay. You have the sun in Sagittarius. You have the moon in Leo. This is a very harmonious angle. They're both fire signs. It's very creative. It's about using your creativity and being quite intuitive yourself. Do you use your intuition?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I know it's always tough to trust it, but you have to trust it more because yours is very strong. You have a lot of fiery planets. You have, the sun in Sag, moon in Leo, Mercury in Sagittarius. These are, it's about fire. It's about inspiration, intuition. You have to follow it. Is there work, right? You're asking me about work? Is that what you asked me about?
I would like to know what's in store for me, what kind of job or when I'm going to have one.
Right. What kind of jobs have you had in the past?
Oh, it's been a while. Receptionist, babysitter.
Uh-huh. I would think perhaps, do you like to read?
Yes.
Yeah. I would think maybe you might start off by volunteering at the library.
Okay.
and do that and see if you can't, get as much information as you possibly can, and perhaps you might even get a job at the library, or I think it would lead to other things for you.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you for calling. Let's go to this line. I hope I have your name correct. It's Fernanda in Yorktown, January 19th, 1935. Good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Hi, Fernanda.
Hi.
Did you have a particular question?
Well, I want to change my life completely,
Uh-huh.
but what do you see in the future for me?
Or was there a way that you wanted to change? Did you want to travel, or did you want to get a new job, or?
I have options, but I don't know which directions.
Right, but, okay. You have the sun in Capricorn, and the moon in Cancer, so you're born at the full moon, which is about polarities, which is always, it's always difficult with these kind of polarities to come to some kind of a decision. It's like you're being pushed and pulled. There's too much pushing and pulling. It's still a little bit of a tough time now. You have Neptune, the planet Neptune, sitting on your sun, so things are a little vague. There's a certain lack of clarity. I can't, you have to give me a little bit more of an indication in which area it's the most aggravating for you. Is it in your home, in your relationship, or in the work that you do, or?
In work.
In the work. I think, do you work with computers?
Well, I use computers, but I don't particularly use, work with them.
Uh-huh. Well, I think you ought to perhaps do that. I think you ought to focus some of your attention on these kind of details. You have Mercury, the planet of the mind, in the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius is a part of what's happening today with this communication explosion and dealing with computers. And I think that you would be very good at. Capricorn, as a rule, doesn't like to deal with details, and the sun and the moon in Cancer, it's the same thing. Neither one of them want to. But I think you're going to have to do that a bit, just to get yourself through this feeling of being a little vague and not knowing exactly what it is that you want to do or how you want to go ahead with it. So I would focus on that detail of getting more in touch with learning how to and finding something that you could use the computer for. Does that make sense to you?
It does. Yeah, it does. I was thinking about that.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you for calling, and we're going to get back with Mary Michele just a couple seconds away. It's 9:30 now at WVIP. We do have one open line at 241-1310. For Linda and others who are waiting, please bear with us. Have to do a little Operation Snowbird here. Snow is about an hour away, according to Steve Pelletieri. 25 degrees outside. Winter storm warning in effect for this afternoon and tonight. And this Operation Snowbird report being brought to you by the Bedford Pharmacy. It is your friendly neighborhood pharmacy, prescription health and beauty aids and more. The Bedford Pharmacy, next to the hardware store on Route 22 in Bedford, 234-7074. I should know them by heart. Hi, John, whoever you are. Let us see. Bedford Public Schools. Early dismissal as follows. Middle school and high school at 11:15. Elementary at 12 noon. Ripawam and Sisqua at 12:45. Briarcliff Schools. Parents plan for an early dismissal. Brewster Public Schools. 7th and 8th graders being dismissed at 10:30. The high school at 10:40. St. Lawrence O'Toole at 11:30. Garden Street at 11:40. Kennedy at 12:25. 5th and 6th grade at 12:40. No afternoon kindergarten or after-school activities. Byram Hills School District early dismissal. Middle and high school at 12:30. Elementary at 1:30. No after-school activity. Chappaqua Public Schools high school has already dismissed. They did that at 9:30. Bell School will be dismissing at 10. Grafflin and West Orchard at 11:15. Roaring Brook at 10:30. All after-school activities have been canceled. Katona Lewisboro Schools high school at 10:15. Elementary at 11. Increase Miller at 11:30. John Jay Middle School at 12:05. Croton Harmon School District high school and middle school dismissing at 11:30. Elementary at 12:15. And no afternoon kindergarten. Lakeland Public Schools, no afternoon kindergarten. High school dismissing at 11:30. Elementary at 12:15. Middle school at 1 o'clock. Mount Pleasant Schools, half-day dismissal. Ossining Public Schools, middle and high school, including Roosevelt, closing at 10:15. No afternoon kindergarten or pre-K. Brookside and Claremont closing 1:15. Pauling School says yes, that we know that they're closed. However, all out-of-district transportation being dismissed at 11 o'clock today. Pleasantville Public Schools, early dismissal at 12:30, no afternoon kindergarten. Is this an update? No, it's the same thing. Okay. Croton Harmon, we have that already. Some additional ones here. Pleasantville dismissing at 12:30. Putnam Valley Middle School closing at 11:30. Elementary at 12:30. No afternoon kindergarten. Somers Schools dismissing high school at 11. Middle school at 11:45. Primrose at 12:30. Tarrytown, Washington Irving going at 11:15. Middle and high school 11:30. Tappan Hill 11:45. Paulding at noon. And Morse at 12:15. White Plains Public Schools, no afternoon kindergarten or pre-K. Early dismissal as follows. High school at noon, middle school and Church Street at 12:30, all other elementaries at 1:15. Homeschool White Plains closing at noon. Irvington, no out-of-district transportation. Early dismissal as follows. High school at 11, middle school 11:30, elementaries 11:30 and 12 noon. New Canaan, early closing schedule in effect. Scarsdale, high school at 1 o'clock, middle school at 2, elementaries at 3. St. Patrick's of Bedford dismissing at 10:30. Chappaqua Country Day Nursery closing at noon. Westchester Exceptional Children's School closing at 11. Melrose School in Brewster, a noon dismissal. Couple of other notes here. Okay, we do have an update now from Briarcliff. High school is dismissing at 11:30. Todd Road Elementary School at 12 noon. Carmel School District, high school in St. James, dismissing at 10:50. Middle school at 11:30. Morning kindergarten at 11:50. No afternoon kindergarten. Elementary schools get out at 12:15. No after-school activity. Briarcliff Public Schools, just mentioned it again. High school dismissing at 11:30. Todd Road Elementary at noon. Yorktown Public Schools, excuse me. Yorktown Public Schools, morning kindergarten dismissing at 10:45. There is no afternoon kindergarten. High school dismissing at 11:30. Grades 3 through 5 at 12:15. Grades 1 and 2 at 1 o'clock. Mildred Strang Middle School at 1:45. Mayapack School District, this just in. No afternoon kindergarten, no after-school activity. High school and middle school dismissing at 11. Lakeview and St. John's at 11:45. Austin Road and Fulmer Road dismissing at 12:30. That, I believe, is our entire list. Let me make sure. Okay, that's it for the moment. It's 9:35. Back with Mary Michele in 1 minute.
I never knew planning a wedding was so much work.
Well, we can start by visiting the Manufacturers Outlet Center's 3rd Annual Bridal Expo.
Great idea.
You know, Elephant's Trunk will host a fashion show featuring contemporary and traditional gowns, plus dresses for your bridesmaids and mother of the bride.
What about everything else?
Well, they'll also have DJs from Ambassador Music Services, bands from CMC, plus exhibitors displaying everything from honeymoon plans to limousines.
The Manufacturers Outlet Center's 3rd Annual Bridal Expo, Saturday, February 24th, Sunday the 25th. Fashion show times noon and 3 p.m. Saturday, 2 p.m. Sunday. Everyone receives a free copy of New York Wedding Magazine while supplies last. All registered brides can enter to win a grand prize from Mikasa Factory Store. Rules apply.
The Manufacturers Outlet Center in Mount Kisco.
The Manufacturers Outlet Center. Big names, little prices. The Bridal Expo, just off the Sawmill Parkway or I-684. Call 914-241-8503 for more information.
All right, we do have the winter storm warning in effect. Snow heavy at times this afternoon and evening. 5 inches possible. Temperatures today in the low 30s. Let's get back to Mary Michele. I apologize, Miss Mary, because I know it's been a while since people have been able to talk to you, including me. But we have 5 people on the line right now. Let's get to Linda. Linda, thanks so much for waiting.
Yes, hi.
You're from Putnam Valley.
I have concerns about work and health in that order.
Yes. Okay, you have the sun in Pisces, you have the moon in Sag, Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Aquarius, a lot of Piscean energy here. Do you work in a helping profession?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Do you know a little bit about your chart?
Not much.
No. You don't know your ascendant?
I believe it's Leo.
Leo ascendant.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that helps a bit. So that will kind of lighten things up. Do you work with children?
No.
No. Have you ever done that?
No.
No. Would you like to?
I don't know.
What kind of work do you do?
I work in the field of developmental disabilities.
Uh-huh.
And I work for the state, and as I'm sure you know, we're in a lot of flux right now, and
Yes.
they're very bad, and I wondered if you had some sense of what's happening, or what's happening to me.
Did this difficulty start for you around Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that it's going to be, you're probably going to want to change. There's going to be I think that there's time, it's perhaps time for you to make a change, but Saturn is going over your sun and all these other planets in Pisces, and you won't really feel like you can do anything about it until after April.
After April, uh-huh.
Okay?
You see something happening definitely after April?
I think you should change. I think it's time for you to move on, and I think that, do you have children?
Yes.
I
have one child.
What age?
13.
13. I think there's a part of you that needs to work with children, whether they're a little younger or if you need to get involved in helping them learn how to play more.
Uh-huh.
It would be good for you.
Uh-huh.
So like that, even maybe children with disabilities, teach them how to play basketball or something.
Okay, and do you see anything about my health that hasn't been good?
Your will is being sublimated and will be until April.
Uh-huh.
But it's been the last 2 years, no?
Right.
Yeah. It's getting better, but you're not going to have a big push of feeling a whole lot better until after April.
So soon after April?
Yeah, very soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for holding. It is now coming up to 21 before the hour. Let's get to Nicholas, who's been patiently waiting on the line. August 13th, 1965. Nicholas, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Hi, Nicholas. Did you have a particular question?
I'm going to be moving soon, either out of state, rather local, rather close to out of state, or a big trip far away. I was wondering if you had any information on that.
All right. You have the sun in Leo. You have the moon in Pisces. Has your decision had something to do with a woman? Is there a wife or a mother or a business partner that's female that has some input?
I've been with the woman for almost 3 years now.
Is she involved in this decision, though? Is there some...
She will not move if I go to Hawaii. She will if I go local.
Uh-huh. I think that her energies that are kind of keeping you from being able to be more clear about this will lessen in April. April sounds like, everybody, I keep telling you, but it is a time that there's going to be a big shift. It's going to be a good time for you because the sun, it will be in the sign of Aries, which is very complementary to your sun sign. But it also, with your moon in Pisces, it's going to get rid of that burden that or that confusion, that mist that you've had. And she will probably come to a greater understanding of what it is that she wants and needs from you. So I can't say exactly which place you'll go, but I think you'll have the answer by then, by April. Is that helpful?
Sure, I guess.
Okay. Was there anything else?
How about work-wise? I mean, do you think moving to Hawaii would mean that I'm pretty much leaving work behind, and I have a very good job. I'm successful at what I do. I've been doing it for almost 10 years now. If I moved to Hawaii, it would mean a career change, most definitely.
Well, why did you want to go to Hawaii?
Maybe get away from work. I'm not so sure I'm totally satisfied with life. I really enjoy what I do.
Uh-huh.
I'm not so sure I'm exactly happy doing it.
Well, I think that you should take the time between now and the spring to really examine what it is, try to verbalize what it is, really contemplate what it is that you don't like about being here. I think that you just have to keep going over the same thing over and over again. You may feel like you sound like a broken record, but I think that you have to work through your feelings about this. And with the moon in Pisces, you have not been able to get any clarity for some time, but that's going to shift.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you for your time, Eric.
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling. No, but somebody doesn't want to move to paradise. You believe this?
Well, I can understand if they've got a good job here and so on. I mean, that's, it's hard to give that up.
That's true. Then you hear the stories about Hawaii also, which are interesting. All right, let's get to Robin, who's been very patiently either watching or listening. I know she's watching on cable channel 12, but she's been listening on the phone. Robin, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele. Date of birth is February 22nd, 1965. 22265. Morning, Robin. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I do. I have a lot of different certainties about my future. I'm a new mom, and I was just wondering whether or not I should start my own business. And it pertains to caring for children, and I just wasn't sure. It's totally different than what I've done in the past.
Right.
So I was just wondering what you thought.
Okay, you have the sun in Pisces, you have the moon in Sagittarius. Was this baby born around Thanksgiving?
No, March.
March of last year?
Of last year, yeah.
Okay. All right. What happened around Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
What were you doing then?
I was working.
You were working, and was that going well?
Sure, that was going very well.
Because I think what was happening around that time, you have the moon in Sagittarius. There was a big lineup in the end of November. There were 7 planets in Sagittarius. And I think whatever was happening then, if it was working for you, you want to try to go back to that kind of situation, recreate it. Again, with all of these planets in Pisces, the last 2 years have not been an easy time to make a decision. There's been, a tremendous amount of pressure on your will. So you're not going to want to do anything about this until the spring.
Until spring.
Yeah. But I think that you have to contemplate whatever was going on at Thanksgiving and try to recreate that situation in the spring.
Really? That would mean leaving my baby, which is what I don't want to do.
Well, but it might work out. It might work out that you could work the situation out. You don't have to think of it as being either or.
Either or. That's my biggest concern.
I know, it's tough.
It's such a hard decision. Either or.
Don't worry, you'll work it out. But it might not be for a while.
Okay.
Okay, but just keep thinking about it. Keep repeating and thinking and verbalizing what you need, and whatever it was that you were doing then, it was good for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Great.
I'm sure the baby is too, but you'll work it out.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you for calling. Let us see, it's now at 9:44 at WVIP. I'm going to give you a break. I've got a little business to take care of, and we'll get back to the phones right after this with Mary Michele. We have an open line at 241-1310.
Rainbow Walk wishes you a Gung Hei Fat Choi. Happy New Year. A Chinese Happy New Year, that is. And Rainbow Walk wants to celebrate. Celebrate with you, that is. So Rainbow Walk has a New Year's dinner special starting February 19th and running for a full week. The New Year's dinner special includes a special appetizer, soup, choice of special entrees for every taste. Then there's fried rice and dessert. All this at a celebration price of only $19.95. It's Rainbow Walk's way of saying Happy New Year Chinese style, with courtesy, with grace, and with gratitude for all the friends we've been able to serve these many years. So join Rainbow Walk for our celebration with our New Year's dinner special. Our telephone number is 666-6800, 666-6800. And we're in Mount Kisco, opposite the new TJ Maxx on Route 117, with plenty of free parking. Gung Hei Fat Choi. Happy New Year from Rainbow Walk.
25 degrees outside. Winter storm warning is in effect for this afternoon and tonight. Snow heavy at times this afternoon and evening. Temperatures low 30s. Again, it is snowing heavily right now down in Washington. If you are going to be flying down there, please check with your carrier, whether it be the shuttle, either Delta, U.S. Air, or U.S. Air out of Westchester County Airport. Let's get back on the phones now with Mary Michele. We do have an open line at 241-1310. Sharon has been very patiently watching on cable channel 12 up in Somers. Date of birth, July 31st, 1950. Sharon, good morning. Thank you for waiting. You're on with Mary Michele.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Sharon. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I did, Mary. I have a question about my career. I have 2 jobs. One is salaried and one is commission. I'd like to know where each one is going and the success of the commission job.
Okay, you have the sun in Leo. You have the moon in Pisces. You have Mercury and Leo. Do you have a lady boss at one of these places?
Yes, I do.
That lady boss probably hasn't been too easy for you for the last bit of time.
That's correct.
Yeah. It's not going to get better right away. Which job has the boss as a lady?
Job.
I'm sorry?
The one where I work on commission.
Uh-huh. Well, could you perhaps go somewhere else and work on commission?
I definitely could, yes.
I think you might want to do that.
Okay.
Let's see. You have the Sun and Mercury in Leo. You have Venus in Cancer. You have Mars in Libra. How's your love life?
Great.
Yeah. It's going to be very good next month.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah. Was there anything else that I could help you with?
Yes, my health.
Your health.
Yes.
Again, I think your health is going to improve next